Hey ECV, Happy New Year. I'm so excited to be telling you all about the first series of the new year, Nonviolence, how to seek peace and pursue it, at home, at work, and on the streets. Now if your enemy knocks on your door and says, hey, you should practice nonviolence, you should be skeptical of that. Like, that might not be a visit that you want. But if God says that, if your God says that, the good God says that, the God who died on the cross, now that's a different story altogether. In the book of Psalms, a book of praise and poetry, it says, depart from evil and do good. Seek peace and pursue it. So in 2021, how are you planning to seek peace and pursue it? Some other translations say, to search for peace, to work for peace. How are you thinking about that? That's a great question that we need to ask ourselves in this season. After the death of Breonna Taylor and Ahmaud Arbery and George Floyd and so many other names, so many people were asking the question, what do we do? And I think nonviolence has a huge thing to do with it. It's a big invitation for us. Important to note that peace isn't just mere quiet or the lack of tension. In fact, some of our greatest peacemakers have been people surrounded by conflict and tension, violence and death. Just look at the life of Jesus. Jesus in the Sermon on the Mount says, you've heard it was said, love your neighbors and hate your enemies. But I say to you, love your enemies. Love those who persecute you and pray for them. These are the words of Jesus, invitations to a life of nonviolence. But it's not just words that Jesus offers us, it's also invitations to action. He says to us in the same sermon, turn the other cheek. Take a hit. Take the loss. And of course we know that Jesus just didn't say those words, but he lived that life. He went to the cross. He died. And some of his last words he said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Jesus, the master teacher at nonviolence, the one who sees love in the other somehow. That's our invitation. When we look at the other to say, even if you hate me, I'll still love you. Even if you want to harm me, I still love you. Even if you want to kill me, I still love you. This is our invitation in this season, is to practice nonviolence. I mean, this is the kicker, right? Jesus doesn't say just applaud for nonviolence. He doesn't just say, hey, look at history and credit some of the greatest accomplishments that humans have ever done to nonviolence. He says, practice it, adopt it, make it your way. Make it the way that you live your lives. So this season we're thinking about how to seek peace and pursue it. Not just on the streets, where we know we need it, but also at home and at work. Any place of tension, any place of conflict, that's where Jesus wants to show up and invite you to be a peacemaker. So on Sundays at 4, this is what we'll be doing on our live stream. We'll be talking about this, but also there'll be some invitations to practice this, to make it our own. Once again, if your enemy says to you, hey, sign up to join the nonviolent movement, you should be skeptical. But Jesus isn't our enemy. He's our friend, and he invited us into this way. In 2021, can we receive that? Are we curious? Are we hopeful? Are we skeptical? It actually doesn't matter. Wherever we are, there's an invitation for us to come closer, to come and see what the Lord is doing, to see if nonviolence is a way that's for us. Jesus says it is, but we have to adopt that on our own. So this Sunday at 4, come and see. Listen and learn, and indeed practice and make it your way this new year.